Welcome to Wonderslate. Subscribe to our Telegram channel given in the description to updates and study materials. Topic for today's quiz is Print Culture and the Modern World Set 1. Question number 1. When was hand printing technology brought to Japan? Option A. AD 768 to 770. Option B. AD 850 to 855. Option C. AD 659 to 670. Option D. AD 780 to 790. The correct answer is Option A. AD 768 to 770. Buddhist missionaries from China introduced hand printing technology into Japan around AD 768 to 770. Question number 2. Who was known for an art form called ukiyo? Option A. Chinzo. Option B. Kitagawa Utamaro. Option C. Gutenberg. Option D. None of these. The correct answer is Option B. Kitagawa Utamaro. Kitagawa Utamaro, born in Edo in 1753, was widely known for his contributions to an art form called ukiyo, pictures of the floating world. Question number 3. When did the Chinese start hand printing? Option A. From AD 550 onwards. Option B. From AD 563 onwards. Option C. From AD 575 onwards. Option D. From AD 594 onwards. The correct answer is Option D. From AD 594 onwards. From AD 594 onwards, Chinese start hand printing books in China by rubbing paper against the inked surface of wooden blocks. Question number 4. What do you mean by the term calligraph? Option A. The art of beautiful printing. Option B. The art of beautiful hand printing. Option C. The art of beautiful and stylized writing. Option D. None of these. The correct answer is Option C. The art of beautiful and stylized writing. The term calligraph means the art of beautiful and stylized writing. Superbly skilled craftsmen could duplicate, with remarkable accuracy, as the beauty of calligraphy. Question number 5. In which countries the earliest kind of print technology was developed? Option A. China. Option B. Japan. Option C. Korea. Option D. All of them. The correct answer is Option D. All of them. The earliest kind of print technology was developed in China, Japan, and Korea. This was a system of hand printing. Question number 6. Who was Kitagawa Utamaro? Option A. A Japanese artist. Option B. An Indian artist. Option C. An Korean artist. Option D. None of these. The correct answer is Option A. A Japanese artist. Kitagawa Utamaro was a Japanese artist born in Edo in 1753, famous for his contribution to an art form called ukiyo, which influenced European artists like Manet, Monet, and Van Gogh. Question number 7. How did the production of manuscripts become possible in Europe? Option A. Paper reached Europe via the Arab world. Option B. Chinese paper reached Europe via the Silk Route. Option C. The Europeans discovered paper. Option D. None of these. The correct answer is Option B. Chinese paper reached Europe via the Silk Route. The production of manuscripts became possible in Europe because the Chinese paper reached Europe in the 11th century via the Silk Route, like silk and spices. Question number 8. Who was the first to use woodblock printing? Option A. Indian. Option B. French. Option C. Spaniards. Option D. None of these. The correct answer is option C. Spaniards. The first to use woodblock printing were the Spaniards. By the early 15th century, woodblocks were being widely used in Europe to print textiles, playing cards, and religious pictures with simple, brief texts. Question number 9. What do you mean by term compositor? Option A. A person who composes poem. Option B. A person who composes the text for printing. Option C. A person who composes music. Option D. None of these. The correct answer is option B. A person who composes the text for printing. Compositor was the person who composes the text for printing. Question number 10. What do you mean by the term galley? Option A. A metal frame in which types are laid and the text composed. Option B. A corridor. Option C. A scarecrow. Option D. None of these. The correct answer is option A. A metal frame in which types are laid and the text composed. Galley is the metal frame in which types are laid and the text composed. Question number 11. Who was taverns? Option A. Restaurants. Option B. Small buildings. Option C. Places where people gathered. Option D. None of these. The correct answer is option C. Places where people gathered. Taverns were places where people gathered to drink alcohol, to be served food, to meet friends and to exchange views. Question number 12. What was Protestant Reformation? Option A. A challenge to the authority of Rome. Option B. Movement to reform the Catholic Church. Option C. A new religion. Option D. None of these. The correct answer is option B. Movement to reform the Catholic Church. Protestant Reformation was a 16th century movement to reform the Catholic Church dominated by Rome. Martin Luther was one of the main Protestant reformers. Several traditions of anti-Catholic Christianity developed out of the movement. Question number 13. In the 19th century, who became an important category of readers? Option A. Children. Option B. Women. Option C. Workers. Option D. None of these. The correct answer is option A. Children. As primary education became compulsory from the late 19th century, children became an important category of readers. Question number 14. Which is not an innovation of the 20th century? Option A. Cheap paperback editions. Option B. The dust cover. Option C. Important novels were serialized. Option D. None of these. The correct answer is option C. Important novels were serialized. Printers and publishers developed new strategies to sell their products. Important novels were serialized, which led to a new way of writing novels. It is not an innovation of the 20th century. Question number 15. In which year printing in Hindi began? Option A. 1850. Option B. 1870. Option C. 1890. Option D. 1860. The correct answer is option B. 1870. Hindi printing began from the 1870s. It is a large segment was devoted to women's education, widow remarriage and the national movement. Thank you for watching the video. If you'd like practice this quiz, then download the Wonderslate app now. Link in the description below. If you have any suggestion for us, feel free to leave comments. If you liked the video and want to see more of it, hit the thumbs up and don't forget to click on subscribe button to get more updates of the future videos.